I hate traveling alone. Coming up, I'm going to talk about how I make friends along the way. So I started traveling alone August of this year, and the first country I went to was Malaysia. I went to the city of Kuala Lumpur, and it's best known for the Petronas Towers, but it has much more than that. I got to go to the Helios Bar, the Batu Caves, and many other places. So when I first arrived at the hostel, they handed me a beer right away. I thought this was gonna be great, this is gonna be awesome. I love traveling alone. And then the next day came, and for some reason everybody left. So I was alone again. So I decided to check out this app. It's called Couchsurfing, and most of you might have heard of it. It was started as a website. Basically, it allows you to stay in people's couches or apartments all over the world for free. And it's an idea to have a cultural exchange and obviously save money on accommodations. But there's this great feature in it called Hangouts. So I opened up the Couchsurfing app and went straight to Hangouts. And I just said, I'm gonna hang out with some people today. Let's go to the green space, let's go to the park. So I posted, I'm going to go to the park, whoever wants to come. And all these people were like, yeah, let's do it, let's hang out. And then I was walking there by myself, and I made it to the park, and no one showed up. So again, I was alone, and I was like, but it was worse. I was like disappointed because the biggest struggle or the biggest disappointment is when you actually have expectations. And I was excited, all these people said they were coming, but they didn't. So I decided, okay, let me post an event. The helicopter bar was very, very popular. And so basically what it is, it's a helicopter pad during the day, and then this beautiful lounge at night where you can get drinks and everything like that, and there's great views. So I said, this is perfect, I'll post that event. So got to the bar, got to the lounge, and no one showed up again. I was like, why did I even open this app? The next day, I was like, what do I do? Unfortunately, the hostel I was staying at, it was just kind of boring. Like, people were on their phones, not really interacting, and it was super lame. And everybody was just trying to hit on the receptionist who was from Belgium. So I get this message out of the blue, and somebody says, hey Marvin, I really want to go to the Helio Bar last night, but I didn't have an opportunity to because I just arrived. And then she was like, but are you doing anything else today? I'd love to hang out. And I was like, yeah, absolutely. And then out of the blue, she checks into my dorm. What are the chances? There's a lot of dorms, a lot of hostels in Kuala Lumpur. So I was really surprised. I was like, wow, it went from really, really terrible yesterday to actually doing really well today. On top of that, another guy said, hey, I want to go to the Batu Caves this morning. You want to meet up? And I said, sure, let's do that too. We're at the KL Towers. I feel like we've already hiked them. It's Louisa. And we're headed up there to see the towers. Come join us. She was definitely a breath of fresh air. She was originally from Uganda. She had this great life story. She was working in China, and we just had a lot of fun. She was game for anything. There was this really long queue to take photos in the glass box at the top of the KL Towers. It's this glass box, and it looks like you're floating basically, and you only get 2 minutes to take all the photos in each group. So she had a minute, I had a minute. When we got to the front of the line, everything was fine, and then something happened. I was taking photos of her, and it was going really, really well. I handed her my phone to take photos with, and I walk, and for some reason my body had this kind of convulsion of holy crap, I'm actually stepping on glass and I can see straight down to the bottom. Fear came across me, and I was like, okay, get it together, Marvin. And I'm hearing the countdowns, and I'm like, no, we gotta take pictures. So I gingerly walk onto the glass floor, and there's Louisa so Marvin, turn around so I can take photos of you. And yeah, I'm good. And then she's like, well, you gotta let go of the railing. I was like, yeah, I do, don't I? So I let go of the glass railing. So some good pictures came out of it. I actually use one of the photos as my podcast picture, and it worked really well, but I can tell you, there was sheer fear going through me the entire time I was there. So I just finished taking pictures in the skybox, where you actually can see all the way down, and admittedly, it was actually pretty terrifying. Just FYI. So here are some tips if you want to be successful on the hangout section of Couchsurfing. I would definitely fill out your profile in its entirety. So I would definitely add a lot of photos. The name situation, for safety reasons, I would consider just using your first name and maybe the first letter of your last name. But if you want to keep a little bit more private so everything stays on that platform, I would definitely just do that. And be very specific on what you plan to do. So if you want to go to a temple, then name the exact temple and the time you want to go. Because then this will weed out anybody who wants to do something different. And obviously you can definitely be more flexible once you start communicating to people, but that will definitely help you in the long run. So if it's an event that's very popular, you might actually get more attendance. An example would be I went to the Tokyo pub crawl, and there was definitely a lot more people than normal that came to attend. So let's talk about the negatives. So like anything, there's always negatives. I would say that people sometimes use it as a dating app. Have I? What's the question? If you just meet people in public, I think you'll just be safe, especially if you're meeting them in a group situation. Also, sometimes you'll get locals that really want to hang out with you, but only just to promote like their bar, or I had a DJ in Tokyo want me to come to his open bar and things like that. So just keep that in mind. Sometimes they use it for more like marketing purposes. So there's definitely some alternatives to Couchsurfing Hangouts as well. You can go on Facebook groups. So you can just type in backpacking Thailand or Bali or the Philippines, add yourself to the group. I had a great experience where I was looking for where to go next after Thailand, and somebody mentioned, oh, I really like Cambodia, I'm gonna head to Cambodia. And I was like, that's a good idea. So I jumped on a plane to Cambodia the next day, and surprisingly, she was there too. And we had a fantastic trip. I got to learn about Tasmania a bit, and it was definitely something I didn't ever expect. So a lot of people actually use the Tinder app, which I know is for dating. However, if you are very clear, and I mean really clear, that you're just looking for travel mates, it can definitely work out for you. So if you haven't already, please subscribe. I'm going to talk about my experience with Keegan that I met on Couchsurfing Hangouts probably in the next video. We went to the Batu Caves together, and he gave me a piece of advice that really meant a lot to me, and it really changed how I saw traveling. If you want to follow me on social media, I'm Travel and Found on Instagram right now. That might change in the future. And thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you soon. So I'm at one of the tallest observation decks in KL. I'm at one of the toppest. I'm at one of the highest. Sorry. So I'm at one of the highest observation decks in Kuala Lumpur, coming up, find out how to get here.